Today we're looking at basic trig ratios. We're looking at the sides in comparison with an angle in terms of theta. So we will call the sides of this triangle in terms of theta. This is the arrow. This is the angle where the pin is pointing. In terms of angle theta, this will be the opposite side of theta. The opposite side does not touch the angle. In terms of theta, this will be the adjacent side. The adjacent side touches the angle. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right angle triangle and is always opposite the 90 degrees. Now you need to learn the definitions of the trig ratios. The first one is called sine theta. Sine theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. The next one we have cosine or cos. Cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Then we have the next one called tangent, which goes as tan theta. Tan theta is the opposite over the adjacent. These are your three basic ratios. We have sine, which is the opposite side in terms of the angle that's indicated, over the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the triangle. Then we have cos, which is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and we have tan, which is the opposite over the adjacent. Okay, and those are three trig ratios. Then we got something called the reciprocals. These will be the inverses of these ones. We're now calling the sides O for opposite, A for adjacent, and H for hypotenuse. So now we're coming back to the reciprocal functions. These are the reciprocals. So they partner with these on this side. They partner. So they're directly opposite. So all you have to do is study the three on the right hand side, and the left hand side will automatically make sense. So we notice here that this one is opposite of hypotenuse. Therefore the cosec will be hypotenuse over opposite. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and secant will be hypotenuse over adjacent. So tan theta is opposite over adjacent. That means cot will be adjacent over opposite. So all we do, we substitute the sides. If they give us a certain length for the sides of the triangle, we substitute them there as a fraction and we simplify. And that's what trig ratios is about. So now we're going to give the function, the triangle, values. We're going to give it numbers. So a question they could say, calculate sine theta. So sine theta will be equal to, by definition, the opposite over the hypotenuse. So all you have to do is put the numbers there. We can see that the opposite is 4 and the hypotenuse is 5. We can see for cos theta, it's adjacent over hypotenuse, so we can substitute the numbers 3 over 5. Now we can go to the next one. Tan theta is opposite over adjacent. We can substitute the numbers 4 over 3. Right, next we're going to go to the reciprocals on the left. These are the inverses of the ones on the right, and we're going to substitute the numbers. We can see with these that the hypotenuse is on top. It's directly opposite to this. This is 4 over 5. So the other one would be, okay, I put the wrong numbers by mistake, 5 over 4 and 5 over 3. See if you can do cot theta. And cot theta will be 4 over 3. Do you think that's correct? 4 over 3? No, incorrect. 3 over 4. So all they want you to do mostly in an investigation is to substitute the sides and to know what the trig ratios are. So one has to study sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, the exact portion of the line that you need to substitute. So I'm going to draw another triangle showing you that this can all change. So it's all dependent on the triangle that is given in the test. Look at the triangle on the top right hand side. Notice that trig ratios only apply in grade 10 to right angle triangles. Notice this triangle is labeled differently. See if you can make sense of how it's labeled. Notice that the side is opposite the angle. So we'll note that angle A is directly opposite angle A is directly opposite side A, and angle B, being the 90 degree, will produce the hypotenuse, which is side B. So opposite C, angle C will give you side C. So opposite angle C is side C. This is how we label a triangle normally. So the side is connected to the opposite angle. Okay, see if you can remember all the trig ratios. Pause the video, write down all the trig ratios quickly. Right, those are the first three that you need to remember. Then it goes in the opposite direction. Right, writing the ratios according to the letters, what they will be. So now we're looking in terms of A. So you have to do the ratios in terms of A, thinking in terms of angle A. So what will sine A be? What will sine A? What will the ratio be? It will be A over B. What will cos A be? It will be C over B. What will tan A? What will it be? Tan A. What will the answer be there for tan A? So tan A is the opposite over the adjacent. Alright, so that's kind of simple. So you have to know the definitions. Now for cosec, it will be the opposite of sine A. Secant A will be the opposite of cos A. And cot A will be the opposite of tan A. Right, so now we have all those definitions. Right, so all the ratios are defined. Now you can place your own numbers and you can try and finish it off. Pause the video, try it out. What will sine A be? What will the answer be for sine A? What will the answer be for sine A? So sine A is equal to, cosec A is equal to, and that is the basics of the trig ratios. So normally with investigations they should test on trig ratios. It just depends what topic. Alright, I hope this video is interesting and easy to understand.